Hello, Sharks, from our outdoor basketball courts. I'm right behind Mr. Doherty's classroom. So if you get a chance to hear some extra noises around campus, it's because there's always something happening at St. Francis. Happy weekend of October 23rd and 24th. We are starting the second week of the second quarter of school, and Sunday will be the 30th Sunday in Ordinary Time. I have to say, Sharks, that I'm really excited for this Sunday's readings. The first reading from the book of the prophet Jeremiah talks about the restoration of Israel and the new Exodus. The second reading from St. Paul's letter to the Hebrews really develops the figure of Melchizedek as a type of Christ-like figure. St. Paul sees in this fact the intention of the Holy Spirit to prefigure Christ's eternal priesthood. And finally, when we get to Sunday's Gospel from Mark, the Lord passes through the streets of Jericho, and a blind man named Bartimaeus addresses him, crying out loudly, "Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me." This entreaty moves Christ's heart, who pauses, has him called over, and then cures him. This decisive moment, Sharks, was the personal, direct encounter between the Lord and that man who was suffering. With these words, the miracle is realized. God's joy is man's joy. So with that, Sharks, I hope you and your families enjoy your time together at church and enjoy the simple yet direct messages we get from this week's readings. Sharks, on the front end, tomorrow night we'll be hosting football at Cabrillo College, JV football at 5 p.m. and varsity football at 7:30 p.m. We will be acknowledging and recognizing Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we will have small signs for you to fill out for people that you want to remember, those who have survived, those who are currently battling, and those who have lost their battle with cancer. We will also have an honorary captain for Saturday night's game. And Saturday night will be a pink out, so wear anything and everything you have in pink. Our cheerleaders and our football players and our athletic trainers will all be decked out in some form of pink. For this upcoming week, Sharks, we'll be sending out this year's annual fund brochure. It is our hope and expectation that all families participate. Everyone can donate to the annual fund, whether it's $5 or $5 million. Every bit of that counts. The annual fund is very different from Burgundy and Gray, Drive for Schools, and the annual raffle. These four fundraisers are the only expected ones that we rely on in our budget each year. This year's annual fund needs are very clear. It's a $204,500 goal. And all monies raised through these four fundraisers go specifically to programs and services for all of our students this year. We are not fundraising for next year. All fundraising is for this year only. But again, Burgundy and Gray, the annual raffle, and Drive for Schools are great fundraisers, and they do count for the school, but they are different than our annual fund. And again, we rely on everybody helping us out to raise those much-needed dollars. We will have various incentives and class competitions along the way, so please donate before December 31st to receive credit for a tax deduction this calendar year. And now, Sharks, here is your weekly update for October 24th through October 30th. Sunday, October 24th, 2 p.m. will be the final theater arts showcase. It'll be a matinee, and it's one of the few that are still available with seats. So please go online, buy your tickets, and support all of our theater arts students. Those who are acting, those who are doing set work, behind the scenes, everybody benefits from this class and these productions. Also on Sunday, October 24th, the link for your students' first quarter grades will be sent out via email. Progress report grades are not mailed, they are emailed because they are just a progress report. So please keep that in mind as you work to continue to be successful for the entire semester. Quarter grades do not go on the transcript, only semester grades. Monday, October 25th, we will have periods 0 through 4. It'll be a regular uniform day, and we will start our school-wide PCR testing for all students and all employees whose last names begin with A through L. Also on Monday, we'll have women's volleyball versus North Monterey County High School at 5 p.m. and 6:30 p.m. It will be senior night, so please come and support all of our ladies. This Monday night will also be a pink out night, just like Saturday's football game. So please enjoy the attached volleyball hype video that explains more about our efforts with Breast Cancer Awareness Month, as well as the pink out night for tomorrow night's football game as well as Monday night's volleyball game. Also Monday night, we will have a virtual parochial student and parent information night at 6:30 p.m. Please RSVP with Mrs. Heidi Lemos. We do have a referral benefit, Sharks, so if you help enroll a new family, you will get a tuition credit of $150 next October. So join us in spreading the good word of St. Francis High School. Tuesday, October 26th, period 0, 5 through 7, early dismissal, no collaboration period, regular uniform, and after school we will have 2 p.m. academic department meetings. So students taking the vans home will wait until their teachers are done with their academic department meetings and leave probably right around the normal time that they leave, around 3 o'clock. Also Tuesday, October 26th, women's tennis will be in the PCAL playoffs if we qualify. More information to come from Coach Cameron and Coach Hazel. Wednesday, October 27th, a virtual academic office hours day. The modern language department will be here in person, and students may be required to attend, or if they just want to get extra tutoring help, they can just show up. Please refer to the information sent out by our modern language department chair, Maestra Gray. Also on Wednesday, we'll have a 1 p.m. executive committee meeting and a 2 p.m. school leadership team meeting, both live here on campus. Student and parents who would like to get service hours and who love planting or helping students plant and really recreate the beauty of St. Francis, we're looking for volunteers on this Wednesday to help with a few students' leadership projects. Mandy and Mia really want to get a new eating area set up on the school and plant native area plants so that students can enjoy that. The site will need to be cleaned and prepped so that students can do the planting with your help, and then all students can benefit from having a beautiful bench and beautiful plants in this new area. So thank you again to Mia and Mandy for this great idea, and we look forward to getting help to get this project done on Wednesday, the 27th. Thursday, October 28th, periods 0 through 4, seniors who signed up to take the SAT test will have this in the gym at 8 a.m. It'll be a regular uniform day, and it will be the second day of school-wide PCR testing for all students and all employees. Vaccinated or unvaccinated does not matter if your last name begins with M through Z. This testing, due to the SAT, will be moved to the art room, E1, that morning from 7:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. So again, Thursday the 28th, if your last name is M through Z as an employee or a student, vaccinated or unvaccinated doesn't matter, all will be doing school-wide testing. That school-wide testing will happen in the art room, E1, on Thursday, October 28th. Also Thursday, October 28th is another Dine Out Panda Night. Now people ask, Mr. Lee, why do we keep doing Panda Nights? Well, because they are the most generous in their donations back to the school, and they allow us to share the link throughout the United States. So anybody, anywhere in the United States throughout the entire day can purchase food, and we get credit for it. If you know any other food providing businesses that would love to do that, please share it at our St. Francis Parent Association meetings each month so we can add them to the wonderful dynamic that Panda brings to us here. And then Friday, October 29th, we'll have periods 0, 5 through 7. There will be no early dismissal. That collaboration period at the end of the day will be an awesome Halloween rally. We are excited for our students and our staff to participate in Halloween. Students on Friday, October 29th can wear sharkware, or they can choose to wear an appropriate costume. If you don't choose to wear a costume, if you don't choose to wear sharkware, it's regular school uniform. You cannot have a hybrid of 2 or 3 of these and just show up to school. So either a sharkware, regular school uniform, or an appropriate costume. Please reach out to our Dean of Students, Mr. Calhoun, if you have any questions or concerns about your costume being appropriate or not appropriate. Ask rather than beg for forgiveness afterwards. Then Saturday, October 30th, we will have the cross-country PCAL championships at Toro Park in Salinas. Times will be notified to us, and I'll share it with all of you as soon as we understand where our standings will be and which students and teams will be participating. Also on Saturday, October 30th, we will have JV football versus Stevenson, formerly known as RLS, at 11:30 a.m. And then varsity will be playing Stevenson again formerly RLS, there at their field at 2 p.m. Again, both games will be down in Pebble Beach at their facilities, and they do not have lights, which is why we play during the day. Hopefully we'll get a chance to see all of you out there. Next, I know we have missed the last couple of weeks with our public thank yous, but now that Burgundy and Gray Gala is over, we want to get back to them. All get a gift receipt and a handwritten thank you from one of our awesome and amazing seniors. So thank you to all of our generous and loyal donors this week. Also, for any local businesses, please go out and support them because they choose to partner with us. So in turn, we choose to partner with them as much as possible. So a big thank you goes out this week to American Ag Credit, FLCA. Thank you to Mr. Rose and Mr. Kelly for facilitating that. Thank you to Mr. Anthony Castaneda, Mrs. Celeste, and Mr. Nick Guerrero, the Diocese of Monterey, in particular Bishop Danny Garcia, and our most beloved friend, Bishop Sylvester Ryan, who also was available and showed up for us at Burgundy and Gray. We also want to say thank you to Mrs. Maria and Mr. Hector Montoya, Mr. Martin Lestowski, our buddies at Panda Restaurant, and of course, Mrs. Nikki and Mr. Sean Saldavia. Again, thank you to all of our donors, and I will again be adding this in each week so we can celebrate and recognize everybody's efforts to keep St. Francis not only surviving, but thriving. And now an update from our athletic director, Mr. Hazel. Sharks and Shark parents, November 1st, we will start the overlap period of fall and winter sports. Your student cannot quit a fall sport to join a winter sport. He or she has to complete the entire season of their fall sport before they can transition to their winter sport. They will not be held back or not be at a disadvantage for trying out for teams because they're participating in a fall sport. Because over 80% of our students play one or more sports annually, this is another reason why we've moved to school-wide testing. Because during that time period when fall and winter sports overlap, we'd already have a majority of our students and staff testing because of fall and winter sports. Thank you also to those who were at the virtual winter sports meeting. We had a huge turnout, according to Mr. Hazel. I was with our middle school parents and students who came to look at the dress rehearsal for the Theater Arts Showcase, which I have to commend all of our students and Mr. DeWig for an amazing production. Many of these students have never acted or worked in theater before, and they put on such an amazing performance. But again, Mr. Hazel said it was a huge turnout for the winter sports meeting. If, however, you missed the winter sports parent meeting, please feel free to email Mr. Hazel to get in touch with him about your winter sports coach. We have men's and women's basketball, men's and women's soccer, and we have men's and women's wrestling. So great opportunities. And then we also still have students in cheer, and we have our pep band that will be part of our basketball games as well. So exciting times to be a Shark. Also, please make sure your child's physical is up to date. And if they have not taken the baseline concussion test yet, email Mr. Hazel ASAP to get that set. You cannot participate, practice, or be involved with any sports if you do not have an up-to-date physical and if you have not completed the concussion test. So please do so. Finally, just another reminder, no dogs at our sporting events, either on our campus, at Cabrillo, at Stevenson, at North Monterey County, anywhere. All of your dogs are cute, but as part of the California Ed Code, just for safety with dogs either biting somebody or going to the bathroom and somebody stepping on it or getting, God forbid, some of that on their food or their hands, no dogs at our sporting events. And especially as we're transitioning to turf for the school, we definitely won't be able to have any animals at all. Also now an update from our Associate Principal of Student Life, Mrs. McLeod. Senior parents, we are getting close to Kairos, which will be November 30th through December 3rd. It is an awesome transformational experience for every individual student and for the class as a whole. Mrs. McLeod wanted me to say that in the next coming days, she will be sending out an email and or mailing something out that has important information about Kairos for every senior student. It is an opportunity for all of our seniors to please come together, learn more about themselves, learn more about where their faith journey is with God, and also how they can come together as a class. Finally, from Mrs. McLeod, Campus Ministry is inviting all members of our community for our All Saints Day Mass on November 1st. Mass will be at 10 a.m. in the school gym. Masks will be required, but we are excited to say that it'll be a Mass done in both Spanish and English. So we invite everybody in our community to please come and join us. Again, Mass required, but all are welcome. Then, an update from our Associate Principal of Academics, Mrs. Eagleson. As I mentioned earlier, on Sunday, October 24th, a link for your students' grades for the first quarter will be sent to you. Please access that link and open the report card. Fax RenWeb will also be open for viewing at this same time, so you can see the entire history of what your student has done to date. If they have missing assignments, if they are ahead of the game, if they got low grades because they didn't complete something, you can double check all of that with your student starting this Sunday. Grades are cumulative until the end of the semester, which means now that we're in the second week of our second quarter, you don't start off at 0 again and start to build up your grade. The grades continue, including all of the first quarter work. So this is your chance, Sharks, to really shine. These grades are not permanent and they do not appear on any St. Francis transcript. Only semester grades go on transcripts and get communicated to colleges and university. So students, as I just mentioned, you have the opportunity to continue to improve no matter what your grade is. All right? On Monday, student athletes whose grades have fallen below a 2.0 will be told they are no longer eligible to compete, as required by the CIF. This is not a school rule. This is a state of California rule. So even though we still have the last portion of our fall sports to complete, hopefully all of our students are above a 2.0. There should be no reason why anybody is not at a 2.0, especially with all of the mandatory and optional tutorial periods, the availability of your teachers. Gosh, I just got through talking to Mr. Doherty, who had invitations for 7 students to meet with him all day this last Saturday. Many of them showed up, and many of them got the help so that they could improve their grades. It's because of that love, attention, and care that teachers give our students, that coaches give our students, the office staff and administration give our students, that we are special and unique that way. Also from Mrs. Eagleson, mandatory tutorial students will be reviewed this coming Monday. All students earning a 75% and above in all of their classes will be removed from mandatory tutorial at this time. Finally, as you continue to hear all of us say here at St. Francis, please keep your hope and please keep your faith alive. We are stronger together, and together matters. And also, please remember, it's our 20th anniversary. God bless. Go Sharks.